Hello everyone, how are you? This is Pom and welcome back to the channel Safety with Pom. So it's been a long time. I haven't uploaded any videos related to the food safety. So the time has come now. Today I will upload the video about the food safety. So in this today video we will discuss about the food safety, very important topic, which is the I would say the backbone of the food safety, which is the PRP, OPRP, and CCP. So if you are running or working in any food safety sector such as catering, hotels, or any kitchen, any restaurants, wherever you are working, or you are running any any food corners, any food shops, food trucks, or anything. So this video is very important for you, even if it is not any working person. So it is important for your home also. So these are the basic things that you can apply at your home also to make sure that you are preparing the food, safe food, and your food is remain safe throughout the process. So let's start the training without wasting the time. And before I start the training, I would like to request that please do not forget to subscribe the channel, like the videos, and please do comment also. I would love to read your comments and reply on those comments as well. So please give a thumbs up. So let's start the video. So before we go into the course, let me check your knowledge, how much you know about the food safety. So the question is here, which of the following is a point in the process where control can be applied and is essential to prevent or eliminate a food safety hazard or reduce it to an acceptable level? So these are the four what you call options we have, and this is the questions that you have to answer. So you have to choose one of the options here. You can say it is the operational prerequisite program, or is it prerequisite program, or it is critical control point, or it is a monitoring point. So just think about this one and choose your answer. So our answer is critical control point. Okay. So critical control point is a point where the control is very important. After that point, if you will not put the control in that certain point, definitely food poisoning can happen or any harm can happen. That is the control point. Okay. So the next question is about the PRPs. What is the PRPs? So the PRPs are specific control measures applied to eliminate or reduce significant risks, or it is basic conditions and activities necessary to maintain a hygienic environment throughout the food chain, or it is a points of process that require continuous monitoring or steps where a loss of control may result in an unacceptable health risk. So what is PRP in your point of view? So is it option A? Is it option B? Is it option C? Or is it option D? So choose your answer. So our answer is, sorry. So I would say our answer is option B. In that one, PRP are the basic information or the basic things that we required for any business to start. Like these are the basic requirements for any business to start before starting any business. So these are the basic requirements. So an operational prerequisite program. So that was the CCP, and the second one was the PRP. Now the third one is the OPRP. So what is OPRP? An operational program, prerequisite program. It will address the broad general hygiene practices within a food facility. Or is it B, specific control measures that are essential to control significant hazards but are not CCPs? And C, points where irreversible contamination is likely to occur. Contamination can happen. Or it is option D, activities focused solely to end product testing. So what is it? So I would say our answer is option B. Okay, this is our answer, option B. So OPRPs, these are the specific control measures that are essential to control the significant hazards in the food process, but these are not the CCP. Okay, but these are not the critical control point. Yes, these are important, but not that much critical. Okay. Now, introduction. So let's start our training. So it is the introduction part now. So In this video, we will learn about the importance of food safety, the goals of this training session, and the overview of PRP, OPRP, and CCP concepts. I have uploaded the video regarding the food safety level 1 and level 2, and I have uploaded the video about the HACCP internal auditor. As a HACCP auditor or as a food safety auditor, how you will conduct the audit in terms of HACCP, hazard analysis critical control point, how you will apply those 7 principles in the audit in the food safety. So I have prepared that video. Just go to my channel, and there is a food safety what you call channel separate videos are there. So in that you will find the videos about the food safety, so which will give you the very broad information about the food safety. So we will learn about the importance of safety, food safety, goals of this training session, and we will learn overview of PRP, OPRP, and CCP concepts. So in this video, typically you will learn about the difference between the PRP, OPRP, and the CCP. So what is food safety? For you, what is a food safety? Just think about it. So for me, it is ensuring the food that is safe for the consumption and free from any harm. Any food which is free from harm, that is a food safety. Okay, and it will prevent the contamination. Okay, and foodborne illnesses as well. And the third one, it is core to public health and business success. So that is a food safety. Now, consequences of poor food safety. If you will not manage the food safety in a proper way, what can happen? Foodborne illnesses and health risk will happen. If foodborne illnesses happen, what will happen? People may get the sick also, people can die also, and people can go through the long-term disease or illness also. Severe conditions may arise. The legal action can be taken by the government, and your food businesses can be shut down also, and you will get the loss also, and brand damage also will happen, and the penalty also you may receive. So these are the consequences of poor food safety that you can avoid. Now the global standards and guidelines. So as per global standards, there are some guidelines also. As per ISO standard, there is a food safety management system, ISO 22000. I will prepare this prepare a video about the ISO 22000, and I will upload very soon. And there is a hazard analysis critical control point. About the HACCP internal auditor, as I told you that I have uploaded a video. Just go to my channel, and there is a different channel list, video list. You will get it. So in that one, you will get the video about the HACCP in internal auditor. And there is a Codex Alimentarius. So Codex Alimentarius, it is the fundamental thing that is very important for the food safety. And there is a FSSAI version 5 also for the food safety management system. So that is also we can use. Okay. So FS also is there for the food safety. So these are the global standards and guidelines also is there. Now let's understand the PRPs. What is the PRPs? So prerequisite programs. The PRP full form is prerequisite programs and basic conditions and activities. Suppose you want to run a business. This is a restaurant that you want to run a food business in this restaurant. So in this restaurant, before starting the restaurant, there are certain things you have to check, and you have to make sure that these things are available in the restaurant. So that is the PRP. So under the PRPs, there are essential maintenance and a hygienic environment and the foundation of HACCP implementation. All these things will come. So in the PRPs, you will check also your restaurant is not near the any hazardous conditions, or not like the near the lake, near the oceans, or anywhere you will get the contamination very easily. So you have to check that location of the restaurants also before setting any restaurant. So that is the PRP. So these are the things will come under PRP: waste management, pest control, hygienic hand washing facilities, toilet facilities, lockers availability for the staffs. So all of these things will come under the PRP, prerequisite programs. So good hygiene practice also it will come, staff personal hygiene, good hygiene practice, then the good manufacturing practice. So there is a GMP also, it is there. So that is also will come under the PRP. Then sanitization and cleaning process, how you doing the cleaning, how you doing the sanitization of your areas, you're cleaning your utensils, your any utensils which is coming into contact with the food, how you doing the sanitization of these things, that will also will come under the PRP. Then there is a pest control, how you are controlling the pest in the food businesses, and the waste management. So the pest control is very, very important. As you know that pest will attract very easily wherever you are running a food business. If they will see any pest, any food, any water, or they will get the shelter in that area, definitely your pest will attract over there and they will increase. Then facility and the equipments also will come under the PRPs. So the equipment maintenance, calibration, proper facility layout and workflow chart, process flow chart, all of these things will come under the PRPs. Then use of food grade materials. If you are packing a food, or if you are cooking a food, any food which is coming into contact with the food, you have to make sure that that food is that material is a food grade material. So that you have to use whenever you are running any food business or you are working in a food sector. Personal hygienes, also it will come under the PRP, so like hand washing protocols, how they should wash the hands, and the number of hand washing facilities inside the restaurant. It is typically depend upon the area you have. The bigger the area, the more the hand washing stations you require inside the facility. Then the personal protective equipments like the PPEs, your hand gloves, your hair nets, and employee health monitoring also, employee clothes also, all of these things will come under personal hygiene PRPs. Then the environmental monitoring, these things also will come under the PRP. So yes, we do monitor the environment also inside the food businesses. So these will come under the monitoring of the air, okay, surfaces, and the water quality also. So we take the bacteria count from the surfaces and we check the bacteria also in the water, especially for the Legionella also, and the other bacteria also we test through the testing laboratory test. And we do the monitoring of the air also, because sometimes bacteria will travel in the air, they will remain in the air, which can contaminate the food also. So that also we do the testing. Then the cleaning schedules and the verifications also will be there for environmental monitoring, and the record keepings and the audits will be there also. Now the transition to OPRP. Now everything you cannot keep under the PRP, and the everything you cannot keep under the OPRP. So the PRP, you don't require that much attention, but yes, your attention required, but that is not that much critical compared to OPRP. Okay, so let's move to the OPRP. Now what is OPRP full form? It is a operational prerequisite programs. So what OPRPs will do? OPRPs will identify the specific hazard needing the control, that require the control, and it will, and the not every hazard which you will identify through the risk assessment, that will be a CCP. So every hazard will not be a CCP. That could be the OPRP also. So the OPRP are identified through risk assessment. So you have to conduct a thorough risk assessment, the way you are doing in the health and safety and environment. The same way you have to do the risk assessment in the food safety also. Now, what are OPRPs? Operational Prerequisite Programs, as I inform you, and what they will do, they will control the significant hazard which you cannot control through the PRP. So PRP, as I told you, that will not control each and everything. Okay, so things which you can control by the PRPs, that you have to control through the OPRP. Okay, and not at critical limits, but still essential. These PRPs are not at the critical limit, but they are very essential also to make sure that your food will remain safe throughout the process. Then examples of OPRPs: metal detection, okay, labeling and verification, sifting and saving of raw material. Sorry. So metal detection you cannot do in PRPs. So things which is comes out from the PRPs, that you have to do under the OPRP, like the metal detection label you have to verify also, and the shifting on saving also, deforesting also. Okay, yeah, you will do the frozen chicken and deforest. You have to do it to remove the ice and all these things. So that will also will come under the OPRP. Acidifications also it will come under the OPRP, and the certain other things that will come under the OPRP. So these are the examples of OPRP. Now OPRP versus PRP. So PRP is the general requirement or general environmental control that we need before starting or after starting the process or the restaurant, but these are not very critical. So the OPRP are specific hazard control with monitoring. So OPRP, what they will do, they will control the hazard also, and they will monitor those hazard also. So we do require the monitoring over here for the OPRP. So the risk assessment will determine, so how you will determine whether it is OPRP or PRP in your process. So you have to do the risk assessment, okay. Once you will do the risk assessment, then you will identify whether it is OPRP or PRP. So that is very, very important to identify. Then understanding, so let's understand the CCP. Now I hope you have a understanding about these PRPs and OPRP, what is PRP and OPRP, and how you can identify those PRPs and OPRP in a process. That is very important that you can do through the risk assessment. Now let's understand the CCPs. CCPs, it is CCP, critical control point. Now what is a critical control point? So what is a CCP? Normally when we ask to the people what is CCP, they will just give us full form. It is critical control point. But what is a critical control point? Critical control point is, it is a step at which control can be applied to prevent or reduce hazard to an acceptable level. So it is a point in the food process where you have to put the control 100%. If you will not put the control at 100% at this level, okay, and you will not put the control measure at this level, you leave it this one, and food will pass here, then food poisoning or illness will happen definitely. So it is a point where control is must, and it is associated with critical limits. So critical control point always will come with the limit. So you cannot say that the color should be like this or it should be like that this much. No, numbering is very, very important. Let's say that my critical control point for cooking is 75 degrees Celsius. So what is 75 degrees Celsius? It is a critical limits. Okay, so this 75 degrees Celsius, it is a limit. So it is showing saying that my critical limit is 75 degrees Celsius. Whenever I will cook my food, the critical limit, my CCP is to cook the food above 75 degrees Celsius. So whenever I will cook my food, I will cook all the food above 75 degrees Celsius. This is my CCP for cooking. Now examples of CCP: cooking, kill pathogens, pressurizations also, okay, and cooling and refrigeration also. So all of these are the examples of the CCP. One another what you call sanitization, fruits and vegetable sanitization, whichever the fruits you will eat directly, or any vegetables that you will use for the salads, that is the example of CCP. So wherever you will control the bacteria, okay, wherever you are controlling the bacteria, that is CCP. If you are not controlling the bacteria in that point, that won't be a CCP. Very simple. You are controlling the bacteria at that point, and after that point, that is no other control measures, okay, to kill the bacteria or control the bacteria. That point will be a CCP. Example is the cooking, okay. To control the bacteria, to kill the bacteria after the cooking, you don't have anything, okay. You don't have anything. So that's why cooking is a CCP. Clear? So controlling and cooking. Now you are keeping your food hot, okay, hot cabinet, or you are keeping in a bain-marie, okay, or the buffet. So keeping the food hot also, at that time you are maintaining the temperature of 65 degrees Celsius, okay, or 63 degrees Celsius. It is depend country to country, or 60 degrees Celsius. So that is also CCP. Why it is CCP? Because here also you are controlling the bacteria. You are not killing the bacteria even, but you are controlling the bacteria by maintaining the temperature. In that way, the bacteria will not increase. So that is also a CCP. So wherever you are killing the bacteria or controlling the bacteria, that will be your CCP in a process. Very simple. Now, the monitoring and documentation, whatever you will monitor, that need to be documented. Monitoring frequency and method, how you will monitor and how frequently you will monitor. Corrective actions, if you monitor and you find out there is some deviation or there is some problem, what is the corrective action you're going to take it? Okay. And the record keeping for compliance. If you are compliance with the requirement of your CCP, PRP, and OPRP, the record keeping is very, very important. Now let's go to the CCP decision tree. So as how you will identify whether it is a CCP or not. So it will use to identify the CCP structured series. If yes, no question we can ask. Help ensure to consistent decision. So let's say that if lose control, if you will lose control, is it likely to that food poisoning or injury or any harm will occur at this point? Okay. If it is no, it is not a CCP. Okay, it is not a CCP. If yes, food poisoning will happen, then yes, it is a CCP. Okay. Then let's go to the while. Then while subsequent, if you will lose the control here, will definitely food poisoning happen? Yes, it has happened. So if you will put some control measure on that one or subsequent control measures, or if you will do something, will that reduce the chances of what you call food poisoning or anything? Yes or no? If it is yes, it is a control point. Good hygiene practice, OPRP, that will control the food poisoning. If it is no, that will not reduce the chances of bacteria or not reduce the chances of food poisoning, then it is a critical control point. Very simple. So you have to ask these questions in your risk assessment. Now, whatever you will monitor or you will do the what you call checking, if there is some deviation is there, definitely you have to take the corrective actions. It is required when limits are breached. Let's say that you are not you are cooking the food and you identify the food temperature which you cook, the temperature is only 70 degrees Celsius. Now, what is your corrective action when you check the temperature? Your corrective action is you will cook the food more long time. Okay, and it must be documented also and verified also. Root cause analysis for prevention. So root cause analysis also is very important. Whether do you have set the time for the cooking, like let's say that cooking, how long will you cook? Maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or 5 minutes. That will reach the temperature at the time. So that root cause and prevention is very, very important. Now the verification and validation. Ensure food safety plan is working, okay, through the verification and validation also that you can do, and includes the internal audit, testing, and review that you can do, verify, and ongoing process for improvement also. Now, what is the difference between the verification and validation? Checking the documents, verification. Okay, you check the document, you check the cooking monitoring sheet, you verify that one, you sign that one, and you will verify that one. Okay, so under the HACCP verification, it will come mock recall, equipment calibration, supplier performance, level review, internal audit, product assessment. All of these things will come under the verification. Now, what is the validation? By lab testing, you do, and you are checking that food poisoning bacteria, it is there present in the food or not. That is the validation. You are validating with the scientific thing. Anything where you will use the scientific thing, okay, like the swab you do the for the bacteria, okay, so that is the validation. Clear? Now the PRP or PRP versus CCP. So the PRP, basic conditions before starting any business, we have to check these things. OPRP, after starting the business, OPRP is very, very important, that we will control of specific hazard such as metal detection, but not very, very critical. CCP is critical control point, is very, very important. If you will not put the control at this process such as cooking, if you will not put the control and bacteria move from the cooking, then certainly food poisoning will happen. I hope you are aware about the CCP, PRP and OPRP. Now the comparison table. PRP general practices, no critical limit will be there under the PRP. OPRP specific control measures will be there, monitor there, but not they are critical. But the CCP are required specific control measures and they will monitor with the critical limits. These are the differences. Then integration in food safety management system. Food safety management system ties all elements of these, okay, PRP, OPRP, and CCP, ISO 22000, and the HACCP structure. It is there under the PRP, OPRP, and CCP. Traceability, recall, and continual improvement. It is very, very important inside the food safety. If you want to manage your food safety inside your business and you want to avoid any food poisoning or any hazard, physical, chemical, biological, or allergen, so you have to make sure that you're doing the traceability, recall, and continual improvement also. Recall, you can do the mock recall. Now the visual workflow, how you can visually check the process flow chart, which will show the PRP, OPRP, and CCP. So if you are running a food business, you should have a flow chart which will show you the PRP, OPRP, or CCP of your process. It will illustrate the role in a process line also. What is their role of PRP, OPRP, or CCP? That will tell you also in the process. Let's go to the case study. In this one, there is a dairy processing. In this dairy processing, we'll see that PRP is a cleaning of tanks, okay, before starting the new process. OPRP, filtering of milk. Why we do the filtering? To remove any solid particles from the milk. Pasteurization, it is the process of killing the bacteria. Wherever you are killing the bacteria, controlling the bacteria, remember I told you that that will be a CCP. Another one, personal hygiene, is PRP, and sifting flour or sieving the flour, that is OPRP, and final baking temperature is a CCP. Again, controlling the bacteria, killing the bacteria, automatically there will be a CCP. Now, training and awareness is very, very important. Whoever is working inside your business, whoever is working along with you, their training, their awareness is very, very important. Employee must be trained regularly, okay, not only once in a year, they must be trained regularly. Awareness or CCPs or PRP or PRP, they should be aware which is CCP, which is OPRP, and what is their important. And food safety culture should be improved. Like health and safety culture, in the same way, food safety culture in a food business should be improved and should be maintained in a good level. Now, what is the common mistakes? There are some common mistakes which happen inside the food businesses. Misclassifying the hazards. So sometimes you identify the hazard and you are not classifying them in a properly, whether CCP, OPRP, or PRP. Inadequate documentation. Documentation is very poor, not maintaining the document, and if there is an incident or accident, you cannot verify the information, you cannot validate the information, and that won't be able to save you during the bad time. Poor monitoring process. People don't monitor, they just continue their work and nobody will monitor the PRP, OPRP, or CCPs. So monitoring is very, very important. Now let's start the quiz. So now these three things you have to do. First, what you have to do is you have to identify the differences between the PRP and OPRP. And the second thing what you have to do is you have to give an example of CCP in a kitchen if you are working in a food business. Even if you are not working, you have to give me the example of each what you call example of CCP in a kitchen. You can once you identify those CCP, you can comment down. And why is monitoring important? You have to tell that also. Now, objective questions. Which of the following is an example of critical control point? So, what is a CCP here? Same, four options are here. In here, you have to identify what is CCP for you. Regular cleaning and sanitation equipment, pest control, cooking a product specific internal temperature to kill pathogens, employee hygiene training. Yes, killing bacteria, automatically CCP. Okay, cleaning, pest control, hygiene, all PRP. Okay, all of these are PRP. Now, why of the following is typically considered a prerequisite program? Why all of these are following considered a prerequisite program? Metal detection before packing is a PRP. Calibration of temperature control equipment is a PRP. Supply approval programs. Acidification of product to prevent microbial growth. Is it PRP or not? So here, these are the four options. Now what you have to do is, you have to choose your answer and you have to put your answer in the comments. So I will go through that one and I'll let you know what is the answer. So let's go to the summary. What we discussed that PRP will build the foundation of the business before starting any business, and the OPRPs will control the specific hazards, and the CCPs are essential for critical steps, and all are vital in the food safety management system. Very, very important in food safety management system. So please, thank you so much. So please like, comment, and subscribe my channel. Stay tuned for more videos and training in different topics, and please subscribe the channel Safety with Form. Thank you so much for your time and for your support. See you in the next video.